I don't think anybody's gonna be on. I'm still nervous.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I need this. Would you mind moving these to your room?
No. Big smile. Small smile. Big smile. Small smile. Big smile.
Hey, wait, I don't want to go in. That's what I do. Let me see my video. I did not really do any makeup. Could you please take those 3D printed animals to your room? Um, okay.
What's for dinner?
You had the chicken, but you can, okay. You want Snapper?
Why are you doing it up here?
Because you were downstairs.
Well, now I'm up here.
Well, I also have a kind of a messy playroom right now.
1 minute.
All right. Are you gonna want to be in here? Yes. Can you sit on the bed, please? You draw yourself as a skeleton? What would you draw yourself as? As a smiley
Smiley,
face?
smiley face. Small smiley face. Big smiley face. Small smiley face.
Nice.
I'm guessing there's like 10 seconds left. Start.
Oh, it's time to start. I'm just gonna give a few more minutes in case anybody is gonna show up.
Is there any possible way for me to show up on my iPad?
You can ask Todd to go on his laptop. I don't know if that'd be hard to do. All right, I'm gonna start, so I'd like you to,
You said a couple more minutes.
I meant seconds. I'll wait till like 8:01.
It's 8:03.
All right, can everybody see my screen okay? Good. All right, I'm still getting used to this. Oh, did you just mess up my hair?
No, your hair is not messed up. Why do you
Okay.
care about your hair?
I don't. Okay. Oh, I should clean the screen though. I mean the camera. All right. Oh, look how much better that is.
Hi, I'm her daughter. I'll be here.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming tonight. I'm happy you're here. My name is Stephanie, and I am a former first grade reading teacher, a reading interventionist, and a one-on-one tutor. And I am here tonight to talk to you about maybe having a student that is a struggling reader. For some reason, reading isn't clicking for your child, and you might be wondering what you can do to help. So, by the end of our time together, my goal is that you walk away saying, oh, that makes so much sense. My child just needs the right kind of instruction. So, because struggling readers are often incredibly smart kids, they just haven't been shown how reading actually works. And we're going to be here tonight to give them the right tools to support their learning. Before I tell you more about how I can help, I want to say something important. I see you. When your child struggles with reading, it can be very emotional. You might feel worried, you might feel frustrated, you might even feel a little guilty. Parents often ask themselves questions like, is this somehow my fault? Did I miss something? Is it because I didn't read enough? And I want you to hear this clearly. You did nothing wrong. Your child is not broken. Most parents simply haven't been shown how reading actually works. And the good news is, once you understand it, helping your child will be much simpler. Before my very first year of teaching, oh, skip that part. I skipped that slide. That's okay. Before my very first year of teaching, I remember talking to my mom, who was a career teacher, and I was like, Mom, I'm so nervous. I don't actually know how to teach reading. What if they don't learn how to read? And she was like, Don't worry, honey, they'll learn in spite of you. She was not wrong. My class did learn how to read, most of them, but that was because of a literacy-rich environment and a very strong curriculum. I realize now that some of the kids didn't really make the reading progress that they should have, and I regret not being able to teach those kids. So over the years, I became more passionate about working with struggling readers, the kids who don't grasp reading naturally. And the truth is, only about 10% of kids will pick up reading naturally. 40% will pick up reading with a literacy rich environment and strong curriculum. And then 50% actually need something more, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. So I dug into the science of reading and how the brain actually learns how to read. And I created the Sounded Out system based on what I learned, which takes this is that course that takes kids from struggling readers to confident readers in 8 weeks. I've taught hundreds of kids who have gone from confusion to clarity. And the system works, the Sounded Out system, which I'll tell you about tonight. And I'm really happy to share it with you. Here's something I want you to hear clearly. Something, oh, I just said that. Children who struggle with reading are often very smart. They are not lazy or unmotivated. Their brain just processes language differently. They need the right kind of instruction. They need to be taught the reading code in a multisensory way. So let's say that again. Smart kids can struggle with reading, and those kids that do struggle just have to have the reading code taught to them in a repetitive, multisensory, systematic way. So that brings us to one of the big key lessons of tonight, that learning to read is like learning a secret code. We have to understand this truth that walking is natural. Sorry. Talking is natural, but reading is something the brain has to explicitly be taught how to do. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how smart you are, if you don't know the symbols on this page in front of you, I want you to try to read that right now. You're not going to be able to read it. You can't read it because you haven't been taught the code for what that says. That's what reading feels like for so many kids. They look at the words and their brain says, "Oh my goodness, I keep doing that. I don't understand what this means." And when children don't understand something repeatedly, they don't just feel confused, they feel defeated. That's why reading struggles are so emotional. Now, I want you to look at that image as it changes. Do you see that the symbols start turning into letters? The letters start to look familiar because you've learned them. You might begin to recognize them and pair them with sounds, and you might start to blend the sounds to form words. Then can, a shift happens, and kids go, "Hey, I can read this." And that moment from confusion to clarity is everything. And that's what happens when children learn the code. So I keep talking about the system. The Sounded Out system is a course that I designed based on the science of reading, how our brains learn to read, and based on how the struggling reader acquires reading. And I created that system that has these components. There are 24, instructional videos that teach your child directly. So you just put the computer down and press play. There's a companion workbook that the kids can work through while they're watching the videos, and then they have practice pages to practice after they've seen the video. There is a parent guide that tells you a little more about the background of reading, and it can give you a troubleshooting guide, words or scripts to say to help your student or your child, and it supports you. So instead of just explaining the system in detail, I want you to experience it. I want you to pretend to be your child, step into their shoes, and imagine going through a lesson with me. So this is what it looks like inside the Sounded Out system, inside those 24 instructional videos. So let's start with the first component of all of my videos, and that is positive statements. Before we work on skills, we work on confidence. The language that kids say about themselves has a huge impact. It shapes their effort. When kids feel safe and capable, they're much more willing to try. So you are going to repeat after me. You'll watch the video and then say what I say, the positive statements I say. Let's get right into our positive statements. The first one is, I am capable of great things. Your turn. I am capable of great things. The second positive statement is, I will work hard to reach my full potential. Your turn. I will work hard to reach my full potential. Now, those statements stay the same for every section of 5 lessons. Once we go to lessons 6 through 10, the statements change. I make them maybe a little more complicated, but they will repeat them after me. And I've had students, parents report back to me that the kids are using these statements. Oh, hi. The kids are using these statements in their everyday lives and they're changing the way they view themselves. And one teacher reported just last week that their student um, repeated a positive statement to himself, like, it's okay, mistakes help me learn. And then he got right back on track. The next thing we do is something called finger tapping, and I need to teach you how to finger tap. So what you're going to do is put the hand you write with, great, and then switch to the opposite hand because we need this hand, our writing hand, later for when we write. So our tapping hand is the opposite hand, what we don't write with. So see if you can tap your pointer finger and thumb together. Good. Now tap the next finger, your middle finger and thumb, and then the ring finger and thumb. And then put them all together like this and take them down a slide, like they're going down a slide. Perfect. You guys are doing great. Okay, so let me show you what finger tapping looks like in the lesson now that you're experts. Let's get into finger tapping. We'll blend first. Us. Fun. Nut. Now we'll get into separating. Remember, I'm going to slide twice so you can hear the word. The first one is cup. Ready? Cup. P, cup. Great. Mud. D. Cut. Cut. Great job. It looks like I paused the screen sharing. Sorry. And did that work? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? No. Can you see the oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Why is that there? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now I need Zoom. Can't I see you? This is why I wanted to practice earlier, because I can't see my screen. What are you doing in here, sweetie? Okay. Embarrassing. Why? You're not. That's okay, but I'm pretending I
Hi, Momco. We love you.
You're
am.
doing
You're
amazing.
doing an amazing job.
Okay, I need my screen sharing is paused. There. How do I resume? That didn't work.
I'm here too.
Hi, you're fast. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was working.
Right now, what do you see?
I see finger tapping and a picture of you.
But I don't see that. And it says your screen sharing is paused.
It is paused.
Like nothing's happening. It's just we can see it.
Like we see your video. I can tap in between your face, real face, and then your video face. And
Let me stop share and try again.
hey, there we are.
Wait, I can't. She can't see
And
me.
hey, where are you? There you are.
Ooh, I like the background.
Yeah, is that my background?
There it is.
I got the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's your background. Yes. Okay. Can you see me?
We see
Resume
you.
share.
It's loading. The screen share is loading.
Oh.
It's thinking.
Did you know we were on?
Yeah, I saw you come on and then I got flustered.
You did great. I didn't know if my name showed up or not because Zoom. I don't use a lot of Zoom.
Oh my gosh. This is very frustrating.
Yeah, it's still thinking.
This could be like the time where people go up to refill their popcorn and get more drink.
That's right.
That's a great idea, honey. Oh my
Great
God.
idea.
There it is. Is that
There
it?
we go. Yeah, I
Okay.
see.
And I did, you totally flustered me because I was telling you how to finger tap, but I didn't explain that finger tapping gives kids a clear strategy to help say words instead of guessing. So they tap once for each sound they hear. And that's why we practice tapping with our fingers. For blending, which is the first part, we say and tap the sounds and then slide the word. And then for separating, which is the second part, we slide the word and then tap the sounds. And you'll notice that you don't see any letters, and that's on purpose. There are no letters because hearing sounds in words comes before reading them. Let me say that again. Hearing sounds in words comes before being able to read them, read those letters. So, speaking of reading letters, that's what we're going to move into next. So, you will see on your screen the next part of our lesson, the next component is reading letters. We connect those sounds we've been practicing to letters. We read letters in every lesson so kids instantly connect what they see to the sound it makes. That repetition builds automaticity. One thing I'm careful about is saying the letter sounds correctly. We don't add an at the end of each sound. So we have to focus on cutting that off. So instead of ma, we say or instead of sa, we say s. So you're going to repeat the letter sounds with me. And as I said, this has been taught already. So the kids are repeating the letters they've already learned. Let's watch reading letters. So you're going to say the letter sounds as you see the letter appear on the screen. To say our letters. For reading letters, we'll say the letter sounds quickly. D.
D.
I.
Mm.
Two videos playing right now.
Good.
That's a mistake. Fix that. Okay. I'm going to remove that video that's underneath later tonight. Okay. Next up is there, see that other video? Those two, is writing letters. When kids write letters, when they say the sound, it strengthens the connection in the brain. Writing actually supports reading more than parents realize. And we make this multisensory. So when kids write their letters, they can use a gel board, a dry erase board, a boogie board, even textured writing surfaces, something that makes it multisensory because the more senses involved, the stronger the learning. So let's watch me with reading letters. You are going to get your finger and do some table writing or sky writing. So you will hear a letter sound, like I will say, the sound is repeat. You're going to repeat and write either in the sky or on the table in front of you. M says Let's begin. Now it's time for writing letters. The sound is I. Repeat, I. I says I. Do I see you writing? The sound is G. Repeat, G. G says G. Good. The sound is F. Repeat, F. F says F. The sound is ah. Repeat, ah. O says ah. The sound is T. Repeat, T. T says T. The sound is ah. Repeat, ah. A says ah. The sound is K. Repeat, K. C says K. The sound is N. Repeat, N. N says N. The sound is P. Repeat, P. P says P. The sound is repeat, M says Okay, so you get the point here. They are, again, hearing the sound, writing the letter, being reminded the correct letter formation, and doing those things at the same time strengthens the neural connections in their brain for reading. Next up is decoding. This is where kids start turning letter sounds into words. You'll see the letters appear on the screen one at a time. You're going to tap the sounds and blend the words. This decoding is the beginning of reading. Sometimes we use pretend words, and this is to make sure that kids are actually decoding and not just memorizing words. Put your tapping hand up. Now put your tapping hand up for decoding. The third word is a pretend word. G, A, T, got. G, A, P, gap. A, G, pag. And since you're a student, you should be practicing those with me. Those of you on the screen, will you go ahead and say that so I can see your mouth moving? Perfect. I saw your mouth moving and you're tapping. Very good. Okay, vowels can be tricky because they kind of sound similar. So we practice them intentionally and where am I? And often pair them with movements. So I need to start by teaching you the movements. That can help kids feel and see the difference. So A says ah. This is the movement, like we're kind of yelling. Ah. A says ah. So everybody, I want to see you on the screen doing the movements. A says ah. Good. E says eh, like the elephant game or the animal game. This is the elephant. Eh. My husband taught me that one. I says eh, like I have a little itch on my head. I says eh. O says ah. And U says like we're going up. All right. So you are going to hear mostly they're pretend words. You're going to repeat the word you hear and then say the vowel sound that you hear in that word. So, for example, if the word is ig, you're going to say ig. I says I. And make sure you're doing the motion as you say I says ig. Let's begin. Get ready to make the motions as we do vowel practice. The word is Oz. Repeat Oz. O says ah. The word is in. Repeat in. I says I. The word is ag. Repeat ag. A says ah. The word is cad. Repeat cad. A says ah. The word is lip. Repeat lip. I says I. The word is tot. Repeat tot. O says ah. Okay, next up, we are going to learn our new skill. Each video has a new phonics skill for the day, and this prevents overwhelm and it teaches kids understanding of phonics step by step. I also tell students what their mouth will look like because that will help kids pronounce the sounds correctly. So you can have a mirror nearby and take a look at your mouth, tongue, and lip positions to help pronounce the letter sounds correctly. Today I'm going to teach you the letter U. The short U says like in the word umbrella bird. The U is a vowel. To make the sound, open your mouth and drop your chin a little bit. Look in the mirror to make sure your mouth looks like this. The U can come at the beginning of a word, like in the word up. It can also come in the middle of a word, like in the word cut. Okay. For that new letter we learned, we also practiced letter formation. Handwriting actually plays a really important role in learning to read, and correct formation leads to better reading outcomes. I teach something called a pool paper technique, which helps kids visualize where letters are and which letters go up to the sky and which letters go under that line, which we call underwater. And when kids write their letters on this pool paper, it helps the brain connect what they see in the letter, what they hear with the sound, and how they move their hand. So again, the multisensory approach is what's building those stronger neural pathways in the brain. Pause the video to get your materials ready for letter formation. If you're using the workbook, this is the page we're on. The U does not go in the sky or underwater. It starts above the pool noodle. So you can start at the top, go down, around and up, and then draw a straight line down. Start at the top, go down, around and up, and draw a straight line down. Very good. Draw a few more U's to help your brain remember the motion. Once you've had time to draw a few more, look through the U's you've drawn and circle your best one. Circling their best one just kind of builds self-awareness to go back and check their work and make sure they're proud of what they've produced. So next up is reading words, and this is where kids apply what they've learned. This is where they tap out the words that they can see, not just hear. And this is like the finger tapping when we did blending. The reading words is the blending of the finger tapping. And next we'll do writing words, and that's the separating part of finger tapping. The guided practice for reading and writing words builds confidence through success that they can actually achieve. It's time for reading words. Get your tapping hand up, tap out the words and read them out loud. Nut. Good. And if it's ever too fast for you, it's time for reading words. Get your tapping hand up, tap out the words and read them out loud. If it's ever too fast, you can always, the students, I tell them a lot, you pause the video if you need more time, because I didn't want a lot of kids to be sitting there bored. I sped it up a little bit, but if it's too fast, just press the space bar to pause the video. Not tonight on Zoom. Nut. Cup. Sun. Okay, and just like I said earlier, the separating that we did with finger tapping becomes the writing words section. So here it's like we're separating and then we're going to write the letters that we hear in each word. Now it's time for writing words. Pause the video to get your notebook ready. If you're using the workbook, this is the page we're on. Number 1, the word is fun. Tap it out and write the sound you hear. Fun. So if you're practicing like a child would, you'd get your pencil and write the words in a notebook or the workbook if you've had those printed out. It's spelled F-U-N. Number 2, the word is cut. Tap it out and write the sound you hear. Cut. Cut is spelled C-U-T. Number 3, the word is mud. Tap it out and write the sound you hear. Mud. Mud is spelled M-U-D. All right. If you're in future lessons, we continue to add components as kids build their confidence and their stamina for these video lessons. Future lessons will include heart words, where kids learn the tricky parts of irregular words. It will include rainbow writing, which strengthen letter and sound connections for those heart words. And then we do making words, which is my favorite because it's hands-on word building that is really kind of the main thing that makes reading and writing and spelling click for kids. All right. But you might be wondering, I showed you the system, the Sound It Out system, and you might have some objections like, uh, I'm not sure. I don't have enough time. That's the biggest objection. I don't have enough time. I get it. Life gets busy. If your child is struggling with reading, you don't have time to waste. Practicing with the wrong ways of teaching reading costs too much. Kids lose confidence, they start to shut down, fall further and further behind, and they stop believing in themselves. So practicing with the right tools actually saves time and energy. The great news is that the Sound It Out system only takes about 10 minutes a day, and I do the teaching for you. All you have to do is press play. Another concern parents have is I'm exhausted and I don't want to learn a whole new reading program. And again, I get it. Life is full. We are exhausted as parents. Anything extra feels impossible. Again, let's use our precious time responsibly. The Sound It Out system is a way that will teach your child correctly, and it works. I've got proof. Another question people have is, will this contradict what the school is teaching children? And it's actually strengthening what they're learning because it gives them a clear way to approach reading and writing, a clear way to decode words, to spell words, which is called encoding. And it builds their confidence, and their teachers might even ask if you hired a private tutor because that's what's happened before. A lot of you might say, oh, my kid's in an intervention group and they'll learn in school. And even if that's the case, it's worth considering additional support at home. There are some reasons why kids might need more than what the school can offer. First of all, the pace can be really fast in school. The classroom teacher has to keep moving, even if a kid needs more time with a certain lesson. They may need more exposure. Oftentimes, one or two lessons isn't enough for mastery. Sometimes kids disengage after they fall a little bit behind. When a kid feels lost, they maybe go quiet and stop raising their hand. Not because they don't care, because it's embarrassing to say, I don't get it. Another thing that happens in a classroom with 28 to 32 kids is there are too many distractions. There is a lot of movement and maybe some behavior outbursts and social dynamics or sensory overload that can all interfere with a child's learning. And a lot of the reason is that kids need multisensory input. I keep saying that word multisensory because when more than one sense works together, it strengthens the brain's neural connections. So a lot of kids need to see it, hear it, say it, write it in order for the learning to stick. Okay, you might have another question. What if it's too easy or too hard? The system is designed to build a strong foundation in reading and writing. The course builds on itself in a systematic way so the child can always feel confident. I am working on creating levels 2 and 3. So if your child breezes through this level 1, then you'll get to automatically enroll them in level 2 for free if this is not the right level for you. If it is the right level, then you have something to look forward to when level 2 comes out. And the last thing, and I can relate to this, I'm not a teacher and my child doesn't want me to be. My own son did not like it when I tried to teach him writing. He'd much rather learn from someone else. And many parents are in the same boat. So you don't want having to force your child to practice reading with you to kind of ruin your connection that you have. And that's why you can just hand it over to me, put the computer down, press play, and I'll do the teaching for you. Before I shared the Sound It Out system more broadly, I tested it with a few amazing kids, and the results blew me away. These stories aren't about perfection, they're about progress and confidence and the joy of reading finally clicking into place for these kids and their families. So, Wyatt was my first tester. During kindergarten, he was put in an intervention group, and I just so happened to be trying out making these videos. So I asked him to watch a few to tell me if he liked the pace, if he could stay engaged, if they were interesting and he could learn anything. And he actually liked them so much, he would watch them on repeat. And then he started like writing his letters everywhere around the house, on the shower glass door, on a dry erase board. And he made so much progress. The teacher asked his mom if they had hired a private tutor. So major success with Wyatt, and he got pulled out of his intervention group because he did make so much progress. Amy is a kindergartner, and she was an English language learner. So she spoke Mandarin as her first language. And her mom, as a professor of linguistics at George Mason, approached reading instruction with research and high expectations. And she put her in Kumon, which is a um, kind of a tutoring center to help kids. And it just wasn't clicking for her. And I can go into that another night. That's a whole nother story. But we met serendipitously, and I gave her access to the system, and she gave some of the videos a try. And in a few video lessons, it started to click, and she made so much progress that she continued watching the videos and has finished it. And now I'm working with her in person because I don't have level two ready yet. And she's reading on an almost second grade level as a kindergartner because of the Sound It Out system and obviously her smarts. Valente, real quickly, his dad just told me a couple weeks ago, Valente came home and wanted to do homework, which is a testament because he hated it before. And so he's making really great progress with the Sound It Out system. And Amelia, as a homeschool first grader, um, felt frustrated with the level of the homeschool curriculum that was a little too hard for her. And so getting in instruction from me on the video series uh, was a game changer and helped her begin to decode words and write words with ease. So these are just a few of the kids who've experienced real reading success and with the right support. And I want you to imagine your child on the screen in front of you with a smile, excited about all the progress they've made as a reader. And it does work. I get messages every day about how the family is happy and has hope and excitement because something's clicking for their child, and it just feels so wonderful to go from like that stress to relief and enjoy the joy of reading. So all the pieces I showed you tonight work together in one system, and it's called the Sound It Out system. So give your child the tools to read for life. When kids stop guessing, they start trying and they start believing in themselves. If what you saw tonight made you think, I really want to try this for my child, then tonight's the night to do it. Because since you attended our workshop and stuck with me, I'm offering you 50% off the Sound It Out system tonight. So instead of $97, you're getting it for less than $49. And that is lifetime access to all of the videos and the companion workbook and the parent guide. Um, I want to thank you so much for coming tonight and let you take a moment to think of any questions. Hopefully, you jotted some down and we can have a question and answer session. So, do you have any questions about either the background of the science of reading, any of the components of um, the Sound It Out system, or any other questions?
How did you come up with this idea?
I love that question because I didn't intend to build something that I was going to sell. What happened was this, I was doing intervention groups at a local elementary school, and I'd be in front of these kids, and I'm like, I know that this is the progression of what to teach them, and they just need a little more practice. What if they could do it at home? Because also I knew their parents were working two jobs and I'm like, they're on a screen. What if they could just watch me on a video and press play and see it again and again, and then like it happened faster because repetition can lead to mastery. So I started playing around and I'm like, I can make videos of this instruction. And I did. and then I let them watch them, and they did. They'd watch them at home, and their progress just took off. And so that's where it came from.
Fantastic. How about the yeah, no, question?
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Could I be able to do the sound out system?
Yes, in fact, we printed out the companion workbook for you. It is on the counter downstairs in the kitchen. And I was hoping you would do it, but you printed it out and wrote Stinky on top. And I erased Stinky,
Right.
and I want you to do it. You wrote Stinky because it got printed wrong, and I fixed it.
Yep.
So I erased Stinky because I fixed it.
Great. Sorry, do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
If I have any trouble, can I reach out to you? How do I reach you?
Absolutely. I am just an email away. Read in 8 weeks, which is wks@gmail.com. And I would love to even help you figure out where to start with your child. And if your child has hits any roadblocks or any problems arise, I'm here for you. Just an email away.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Are you married?
Yes. You got this guy right here. Isn't she gonna use this for like other stuff?
You're not recording, are you?
I'm recording, but this is not, I have to redo this because I lost my screen and then I had reading letters twice, two videos.
I have a question. Where is it?
Where's what? The sounded out system?
Yeah, it's not there.
Oh, wait, what? It's not there?
It's not in the kitchen.
We'll find it.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you meant like actually, so if people buy it, they get an email to log in and then they get access immediately. Yeah, it's in a pile downstairs. So let's have a family reading session in the king size bed up here.
Sounds great.
I get to read.
Yeah.
Read.
All right, love
No,
you.
read out loud. No.
Oh, out loud.
I'll listen. I love to hear.
Yes, I go and read.
Great job, Momco.
We're
Crushing
too
it.
late.
We love you.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye bye. You did great.
Thank you.
Come visit us in the West Coast.
It's foggy. I don't know if I'm able to make my way there.
The glitchy West Coast. What's happening?
It's
All
your
right.
finger.
How'd you find the Zoom?
No, we were formally registered. We had to go through the process.
Ah! Yes. You're gonna start getting
He
spam.
entered in your child
I got
ages
LinkedIn. I got LinkedIn
with
registration.
me.
Oh, that's adorable. Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.